Hey all, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday. That means it's countdown day. All of the votes have been amassed, they've been tallied, they've been counted, they've been collected, they've been put together to bring to you today's list. And in honor of 25 years of Beast Wars, we are going to be looking at the top 10 Maximals as voted on by fans all across social media, baby. That's going to be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you're at it, loud 'em up, baby. And hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that down in the description down below. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we offer to you through Teespring. Or, of course, hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member, man. If you hear some squeaking, my dog is playing with a chew toy, her monkey, which she likes chewing on and it squeaks. So if you hear squeaking, that's what it is. I'm not going to stifle her. She's just living her best doggy life. You and I, however, we got some business to attend to, that being the top 10 Maximals. Now, we did do the top 10 Beast Wars episodes before. We did do the top 10 characters, but in honor of the 25th anniversary, we're specifically going to be doing the top 10 Maximals. You can probably guess what next week's is going to be. So, of course, we're going to kick things off with the honorable mentions first. There are 4 this time. We have Tigerhawk, as well as Lio Convoy. I thought he'd get higher. I thought Lio Convoy was going to get higher. Transmutate, which I sort of thought was going to get higher as well, with the, recent / upcoming, depending where you live, release of Transmutate. And, here's an interesting one for you that made the honorable mentions. Heinrad. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. Heinrad? H-E-I-N-R-A-D. Look it up. Beast Wars Neo. He's basically lazy, but he's a personable, easy to get along with guy. And he has the ability to, stop time momentarily. And when he does so, he puts the Predacons in funny poses and embarrassing poses and, has them, aiming their blasters at each other and stuff. So, interesting addition to the honorable mentions there. So again, him, Transmutate, Lio Convoy, and Tigerhawk, all honorable mentions. None of them made the list, so who did? You know what we're going to do, man. We're going to kick it off with number 10 first. Now, number 10, interestingly, could probably appear on both countdowns for Maximals and Predacons because it's Black Arachnia. Now, to be fair, by rights, it's the Transmetals 2 Black Arachnia, or Transmetals Black Arachnia. I think it's Transmetals 2. Not this version. This version was a Predacon. In fact, she still has her Predacon symbol. We all know that by rights, she was a Maximal Spark that got kind of corrupted as a Predacon and was a Maximal all along. And eventually she does find that. And right through Beast Machines, she remains a Maximal. Great story arc for Black Arachnia. I think we all like to remember her as kind of, evil and devilish. But her Maximal side was still just as kind of cunning and devilish as well. Great character arc, and she took the number 10 slot for top 10 Maximals. I like how this countdown worked out because number 9 is extremely fitting. It is Silverbolt, and I think that after Black Arachnia, Silverbolt should be close to her. They shared a bond and whatnot on the program, and it's only fitting that on the list they would be next to one another as well. You know what? I mean, as chivalrous, as honorable, as brave as you could possibly want, quintessential hero. If there was a Transformer that kind of represented Captain America, it's probably this guy. Black Arachnia was 10, but you know what? Silverbolt at 9 makes a world of sense to me. Number 8 got the votes that he did and comes in at the position that he did because everybody said the same thing. He had such a wonderful character arc right from Beast Wars through Beast Machines, and it's this guy, Cheetor. I agree. I mean, he was young, he was impetuous, he had so much to learn, he made so many mistakes. And he evolves, he becomes mature, he learns from those mistakes. He becomes better and better and better. He becomes trustworthy, he becomes leadership material. He becomes someone to revere from the young, impetuous cat that he was. Excellent character arc, and for that reason he takes the number 8 slot. And for number 7, we go from one big cat to another big cat. This, of course, is Tigatron, and I'm glad that Tigatron made it on this list. This is the original Tigatron. I hope the new one is good. I really do, because he needs to update badly. Though this custom job that I did turned out really, really well. I'm happy with this guy. Nevertheless, I love this character. Tigatron has such a reverence and respect for the indigenous life, for the animals that live here off the land. He has such a calmness to him. He has a maturity to him that I respect. And honestly, he carries with him a very strong burden. When the other white tiger gets killed, he takes that burden on. He sees it as his fault, and he takes that burden on. And it's part of what I think endears a lot of people to him, and certainly part of what helped build his bond with Airazor later on through the show. Yeah, Tigatron. Absolutely think he deserved to be on this list, and he comes in at the number 7 slot. Coming in at number 6, we have he who has been described as the Ironhide of Beast Wars, as the Preceptor of Beast Wars, and as a character whose story arc, again, is kind of brilliant, but in a much darker fashion because he ends up breaking bad, especially in Beast Machines. I'm talking about Rhinox. You know what? Rhinox, I loved Rhinox. I really did. I was a big fan of this character. I thought for a lot of his time, he was the voice of reason. When he was Tankor, he really kind of broke bad. He really got arrogant and egotistical, and had these high aspirations. He really lost his way. His character arc is a sad one, but it's interesting that they decided to go that way. It gets dark. Not everybody's character arc is, a story of redemption. Sometimes it's a story of falling down, and that was the case with Rhinox. Enough people remember him fondly, however, that he was able to take the number 6 slot. Ah, yes, and here we are once again at the most coveted of locations. You know where we are. We are at the, hold on, the halfway mark. And at the halfway mark, we have a character who comes to us out of the water, out of the ocean, out of the sea. It's Depth Charge. It's amazing to me how many people love Depth Charge. I mean, he wasn't in the show like a ton, but the time that he was super duper impactful. And his rivalry with Rampage or Protoform X is one of the best, most remembered, darkest, most personal rivalries in all of Transformers. Really, really was. And I guess that's what endears people to this guy. I honestly had forgotten about him until I went back and rewatched Beast Wars. A lot of beautiful nuggets there, and this guy is one of them. And for that reason, he takes the number 5 slot. Coming in at number 4 is the resident bird of the team, that being Airazor. And Airazor is, first of all, her kingdom offering is beautiful. Some people have complained about certain breakage issues. I don't know how you're breaking it. I really don't. I've transformed her a billion times. I haven't had those issues, and I'm sorry that you have. It's unfortunate. As a character, I loved her. I really, really did. I liked her alt mode flying through the air. I just like the look of the character. Look, my wife saw this and she said it simply enough, easily enough. She's beautiful. And indeed she is, and one of the best characters in all of Beast Wars, and for that reason, she takes the number 4 slot. And now we are into the top 3, and coming in at number 3 is the leader of the Maximals, Optimus Primal. Now there was one vote for Optimal Optimus specifically that I lumped in here. It really wouldn't have made a difference in terms of this guy coming in 3rd. He would have been 3rd anyway. But I wanted to mention it because that was a specific vote. for you, TF Geek. I'm pretty sure it was TF Geek who voted for Optimal Optimus. And I can't argue with him. I loved Optimal Optimus. But Optimus Primal really kind of was destined to be on this list. I'm surprised he's 3. I'm surprised he's not higher, to be honest with you. But the big gorilla that leads the team had enough people say, hey, he's the quintessential Maximal, that he was able to take the number 3 slot. If Primal's number 3, then who could possibly be above him? Well, coming in at number 2 is Rat Trap, baby. And like, it's funny, a lot of people said, look, Rat Trap is a hero. There's a lot of times, man, that he saves their hide, and a lot of times at the last minute, he tends to not be brave. He tends to be whiny and complain. He tends to kind of see everything as doom and gloom. But when the chips are down, and when push comes to shove, Rat Trap kind of consistently lives up to going above people's expectations. You know what I mean? Like, he ends up going above and beyond what anybody would have thought of him. It's hard to find the words for it, but like, you wouldn't expect much out of Rat Trap, and then he always gives you more. Sometimes saves your life in the process, and for that reason he takes the number 2 slot. Here we are at the top. Here we are at number 1. And number 1, I think, was a foregone conclusion before we ever started this list. I really do, because everybody loves this character, man. It's Dinobot. Come on. I think we all knew that Dinobot had to be here. And I agree with it. I mean, Dinobot is a tremendous character. One of the greatest arcs in all of Transformers anywhere. Going from, you know, like a power-hungry bad guy to, honestly, one of the heroes of all heroes, going so far as to save humanity. How much more heroic can you get than to save an entire species that, honestly, you have no connection to? It's just, it's the right thing to do. Any way you want to cut it. This guy went from Predacon to a true blue Maximal, and that's why he took the number 1 slot. And here we have it once again. We've gone from 10 down to 1, man. And I think in a lot of ways this list shook out mostly as I expected it. What was unique and what I didn't expect was the position certain characters were going to have. Like, I thought Rat Trap would be a lot lower. I thought Optimus Primal would be higher. I didn't think Black Arachnia was going to be on it at all. So there were a few surprises along the way. It was fun, and of course, in this, you know, September of 2021, we are celebrating 25 years of Beast Wars, man, and you know what? What better way to do it than to look at the heroic Maximals. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon, see what we offer to you through Teespring, or of course hit the join button right here on YouTube to become a channel member. Don't forget, man, to also hit that subscribe button, and that somehow, someway, each and every single day, you right there, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way, baby, right here, inside the videos.